Unfortunately, been trying to get a lot of work done, and then there's just been household stuff that's been going on, so it's kind of bitten into my time. And so, yeah, I got a lot of work to do. I am going to be playing for a bit. Um, Also wanted to kind of be really ecstatic with this. I'm going to be trying to, hopefully later this week or next week, I will be adding a second stream to the mix. I wasn't planning on for the extra chaos that happened the past few days. Uh, I needed to like leave the house for a few hours over the past couple days each day, and it kind of screwed up my work schedule. And because I work out of the house in front of the computer, and so yeah, just between that, it gobbled up a few hours. One day between all the little side projects that was going on, it was about 8 hours, 9 hours. So yeah, it kind of made it hard to get stuff out. And then yesterday, also with this, with Mika having his spray D, I almost said having her spray D. I've been doing a lot of the grunt work around the outside that he normally does, and I got to reschedule our sprinkling system, and I haven't had time to work on that, so I've been manually at night running it, just manually starting the sections because either that or else. Actually, I should actually let me double check see when it started because thank you, you guys actually reminded me of this. I think the sprinkling system's got a wiring problem in terms of usually it's got they have switches out there for each one of the sprinkling sections, and it sends a command to start it and then restart it, but it also sends a command back to the most of the newer ones have they're what's called GFI, so it's kind of like a giant circle or a circuit. And if there's a fault in there, sometimes it'll send a feedback and then send a false feedback to the machine. And I think our machine's dying. So it's doing all the sections properly, but I think the false feedback is that it's got a loop for each one of the sections and a loop for the whole process. And I think when the process finishes, it restarts itself. So where we live, if you have it ready after a certain time, you can actually get fined. And so I need to fiddle with it, or Richard's got to fiddle with it. One of us will. But my gut feel to this is that we're going to have to replace it. I think that just being outside the elements, everything else. Also, with the amount of gravel that comes in from the gravel pit near us, and then also the amount of salt that's in the air, we get the lake and the river effects. Uh, you know, salt has an nasty habit of polarizing, and well, it's ionization, but it's a form of polarization. I have ideas of how to fix it in terms of the wires on the sprinkler switches, but with the sprinkler box, the only thing I can think of would be to take the whole thing apart and actually manually clean it, and that would be. I've partially taken one of those apart to actually look at the circuits, but not to actually dismantle the boards. You'd have to dismantle the boards and actually manually go into the boards and actually clean them, let them dry, and you don't use water. Water's like the number one no that most people use. That's why, like with computers, you don't use your breath to blow the dust off. You use compressed air. So you need something to actually clean it. But that's where I don't know if it's like salt or if it's carbon. You got to actually scrape of it. That's kind of a major pain in the butt. And I've done stuff like that with like computer components, like modems, and I've done it with like some of the boards, like sound cards, graphic cards. I've even done it with like cell phones and for parts of the cell phones. And this is kind of a big thing when you hear like I saw this on was it Pawn Stars or whatever? He's like, well, silver's the greatest conductor out there, and it's like, no, it's the most common conductor. So like solder, which they use on this, if it's actually manually soldered, most of that there's a good amount of tin and silver in there, and there's a little bit of lead and a little bit of what's called flux. But when they do like modems and they do a lot of these like spring coin systems, they don't they're not manually hand soldering it. What they do is they actually have a machine that sprays the solder on there in a liquid state. Then it scrapes it off, and then it puts all the machine, the conductors, the resistors, the EPROMs, everything else on there, all the circuits, and then it actually bakes them. So, and that type of solder is different than the solder that you actually use with the soldering iron. Soldering iron, it's primarily silver and tin. The liquid stuff they spray is primarily lead. There's a lot of lead in there, and there's a little bit of tin and a little bit of silver, and there's a little bit of flux in there too, but not a lot because they don't need it. And the flux is mainly it's a liquid base. It's like kind of like using cooking oil when you cook. All it does, it helps shape the solder so that you can actually get it to shape almost like a little miniature pyramid on the wire when you're soldering onto the board. And when it's in a liquid base like that, you don't really need the flux except for to make sure that it will keep its shape when it's getting baked, because they actually literally do bake the circuit boards. Uh, but yeah, so with jumping back to this, the best conductor that there is out there is actually gold. There's two reasons with it. One, gold's extremely good for carrying a current, and gold and I think platinum, gold and platinum don't oxidize. Silver and copper do. So like with cell phones, and this is where I was driving with this, if you have a cell phone that you've had for more than a year and the battery's not really running it, you can check that each time that you recharge a lithium battery, lithium's just like alkaline. It's a salt base. When it's in a liquid format, it's got a current or a charge. When it's in a solid format, it's polarized. It doesn't have a charge. Each time that you recharge it, less and less of it will actually hold a charge. So if you notice, like if you've had, and this is why, like with like electric cars, they say that ideally replace the battery packs every 5 years, but you can wait up to 8 years. And it has nothing to do with, well, they're broken or whatever else. They get polarized. The more that you recharge them, the less of recharge. And it's the same thing with phones. So like the last phone I had, I could get 100% charge, but it wasn't recharging the whole lithium battery. It was actually recharging about half of it or 2/3 of it. So it was 100% of 60% of the battery. So yeah, it recharges faster, and you're going, oh well, it's working better. But if you notice, it doesn't keep it charged as long. That's why, like when you get a new phone, usually the charge will last for the whole day or even a couple days. Whereas if you had it for about 3, 4, 5 years and you're constantly using it, constantly recharging it, you'll notice it only hold a charge for like 30 minutes or a couple hours. It's not just the energy consumption; it's also the polarity of the battery, and it's the same thing with when you're checking your batteries, like on phones, you check that, but also if you pop the battery out, like on the older phones and the newer ones, you can't really do it. They're actually integrated in there. The little carbon brackets on there, if they don't look copper, they look kind of almost like a brownish color. The best thing to do is you get steel wool, like what you use for your dishes, and you can actually use a little. I would use that, rubbing alcohol, and Q-tips. Get 2 Q-tips. The first Q-tip, put a little bit of rubbing alcohol, and you rub it on the copper brackets to get rid of any type of loose carbon on there. Then you actually use the steel wool and you gently rub it against the copper to scrape off the carbon on both the battery and the phone. And then you use the rubbing alcohol with the second Q-tip and you get rid of the excess. So what you're doing is you're scraping the carbon, the oxidation, and the carbon off of the poles on both the battery and the phone, and it'll actually get a better connection that way. And solder, you can do the same thing, although solder's brittle in comparison. So you got to be really, really careful with it. But there's ways around that. And ironically, this will sound really messed up, and I'm not product placing, but Amway's actually got a type of, it's called scratchless steel wool, and that works really well as the green Brillo pads. If you use those, but you don't press hard with them, you let the abrasiveness do the work for you. And sometimes I'll use that, use like a Q-tip, and use the Q-tip as a pressing point instead of my finger, because the Q-tip's smaller. Or if you take a toothpick and you break the end off of it so it's a little bit flat, or a skewering pick, just use the back end of it where it doesn't have the point, and use that to actually put a little bit of pressure on it. But I would do that dry, don't do it wet, because dust is highly conductive when it's actually been cemented by moisture, and you don't want to create a short or a power arc on the device. Now that I've kind of gone off on a little bit of a rant there, sorry about that. But what I thought was I would hop on. I'm trying to get through all my tabs here, and that's been the other thing that's been a bit of a problem, is that my system is kind of getting bogged down because of how much stuff I have open. Which again, I mean, it happens, you know. But once all this chaos kind of settles down, I am going to be looking at doing. I'm going to try to do either a morning or an afternoon stream, a short one, and I'm going to try to do some World of Warship, some World of Tanks. I like to get back into Cyberpunk and a couple other games. Right now, the biggest challenge with it is just I'm running a business where I'm wearing multiple hats. So, oh, thank you, lovely. See, she's talking dirty to me. But I wanted to hop in here. I was actually really excited because I got 2 Warframes, and this is where one of the advantages with TennoCon is everybody was grinding their relics, including ones that were vaulted, which means you can't get them. Can't get them anymore. You still have them, but you can't get more of them. So with people doing this, and I didn't realize this until I talked to a couple people in game over the over the weekend. But like here, and I don't know that much about the weapons, which ones are, which ones aren't. But like Banshee's vaulted. Now I'm having a brain fart. I know Mirage Prime's vaulted, Titania's vaulted, right here. I did not know that Wukong Prime's vaulted. I didn't know the Equinox Prime, this one right here, I didn't know that she was vaulted. And I got all the parts, because not from me, but if you always play with the full group, which is 4 people, whatever they get, you have the option to sacrifice your selection and take their selection. And so technically you can have all 4 people. You can have all 4 people picking one. It's not like it's limited to just one person getting it. So I ended up getting all the parts to Equinox, and I had somebody that I had chatted with that this is all he plays is Equinox. I had no clue that she's vaulted. So it was like, cool, I got Equinox. But I had a major love for Volkir, really wicked brawler. And I've been working on this bow. Mika, my son, just says it's pretty much like one of the most wicked weapons in the game. And you got to build one bow, rank it up, then you use it as a component for the next bow, rank it up, then you use that as a component for this bow. So it's actually technically the evolution of, it's like the 3rd generation to a bow. But what I was going to do is I'm going to rank her up, and I want to see if I could tweak the hell out of her, make her really vicious as a brawler. And I do have 1 sword on her, but she's got her own built-in claws. They're like energy claws, so she's kind of like the Wolverine version of Warframe. And I'd say either her or Garuda. They're both really good fighters, hands down brawlers. And I've got actually like another 5 Warframes that I'm like missing 1 blueprint. Out of the 4 base blueprints, I'm missing like 1 of them. So kind of a motivation for me to actually go in and start cracking the relics and see if somebody else is using a vaulted relic and get lucky. But this is where, when Barrow Keeter comes back, I'm probably going to spend like 1 day just cracking relics. And, depending on what people start dropping, see if I can get lucky or not. I'm also going to be working on, I got to work on the Nightwave missions. In addition to all this, I got to get Revenant as well.
Oh yeah, I don't have a line.
So I gotta do magnetic damage, scan 25 objects or enemies, which I have Helios Prime on. It's kind of an ability it has, plus I have a scanner. I'm gonna have to do this on open world. But I'd like to start knocking these suckers out. Ooh, what's that? Okay. I figured, I like to work on multiple things, but the first and foremost is to get this bad boy ranked up.
Later.
I feel kind of stupid that I had a credit booster on and wasn't able to get on, so I did hop on briefly. I have to work on the Razorbacks too. Oh. See, I was actually working. I hopped on briefly last night. The Spaded Shadow. He's in the lobby. Looks like Cut's in there too. Which I have no problems. Levels 19 to 21. I have no problems doing that. Like I said, my main thing is to get her ranked up. The melee weapon I'm using is not exactly the best, but at least for what I do. But I guess I have to answer that. But with all the beefed up mods that I got, I'm going to try to work on her as much as I can. Let me restart this chat. So Lovely, are you going to hop on and play with us this weekend if we're actually able to play? Because Boog was saying he wants to get the old crowd in. I got to look on TeamSpeak and see if anybody else is on and let them know. Which I guess I could drag you guys into this too. There's Corrigan. Let me pass the word to everyone real quick.
Activated. Channel switched.
Hey Dave. Hey Phil.
Hey.
Draven, how are you?
Pretty good. I figure I'd pass the word. Boog and Human Twinkie were working on trying to get everybody together potentially on Saturday and start having like an old school day for warships.
Yeah, I work on Saturdays.
Well, I mean, we could pick any day,
Yeah, I know. My schedule's just been really, really tight lately.
Oh, really? Is she cute? I'm kidding.
I wish. Happy birthday, Dave.
How old are you now, Dave?
50.
Congrats. You're at the half-century mark.
A lot of people lost a lot of money betting that I wouldn't make it.
That's more years than I wanted or needed.
Yeah. Hunter.
I see that Studs is on, too.
Is he?
Yeah, I was actually going to hop up there and let him know, too. But I figured if they're, they let, Boog let me know on Facebook, so I figured that he's trying to get everybody together. And I would have actually let everybody know a couple days ago, but it's been some personal world chaos here.
Oh, cool. What happened?
Well, Richard's been working on some renovations on his vet, and that's required me to actually I had to run a bunch of errands with him on one day, and then with Mika with his sprained knee, I've been doing some of the little menial stuff he does around the house here for him. So
right.
And then also looks like we got a short in the spring coin system in the timer. So I've been doing that manually until either I take some time aside or Richard does, and we dismantle the sucker and find out what's wrong. And I'm betting with the gravel.
Usually it's like a spider or a lizard or something that dies in the little electrical box that controls them. I would check there first, and a spider, a frog, a lizard. They got into mine one time and completely the system. We thought the system completely died. I opened up the box and there's a lizard electrocuted himself because he touched both the prongs. Of course, that caused my shit to melt down.
I popped the case off. I didn't see anything in there.
Okay.
But usually the most common culprit here is either the gravel pit or the salt lake.
If the Salt Lake is at world record lows, it can't be that.
Whenever you get a storm here, we get the lake effect. So you get salt pop it up in the rain, which is kind of a bad combination for electronics. Also, it's a bad combination for metal because it'll corrode metal. But aside from that, it smells good when it's out. In the fall, it's kind of fun because the shrimp out there die.
Uh-huh.
So
The Salt Lake smells like ass. What are you talking about?
the salt itself, when you get the lake effect, it doesn't normally smell bad. It smells like the coastline, like the Pacific, like in Oregon or in San Francisco when you get a really strong storm. But during the
Tell
fall,
me about the storm you caused in San Francisco.
well, it was at a bathhouse. No, but in the fall, when the temperature starts dropping, the brine shrimp out there, you get such a they all die when the temperature hits a certain point, and that's the smell you don't want, because when you get a storm push through, then it pushes that smell, and you don't get the smell of salt. You get salt and you get death, and it's just kind of a nasty smell. And it happens like over a span of like a week. If there's any storms during that week, it's like, congratulations, you just discovered a horrible smell, something they don't normally talk to you about, but it's not really common either. Oh, Lovely said she's doing a dance for you, Dave.
Oh, I miss Lovely.
I will let Cut know I'm in here. Hey, Cut. Oh, hey, Cut. I am on TeamSpeak. There's actually a bunch of people that are in there in different rooms, so kind of giving everybody a heads up on warships, and figured it's a good opportunity to talk dirty to Phil and to.
Are you going to play Warships tonight?
I actually got a couple new Warframes. I was actually going to play that tonight, unless you guys had a major itch to play. But
I might jump on later.
What's
but,
that?
Valheim is just a very good
Warships.
game, lots of different ways.
Yeah, I didn't realize out of the Warframes I got during this whole TennoCon thing they had going on, that like 4 or 5 of them were actually vaulted, so they don't give them out anymore. I got lucky that other people were trying to crack stuff to trade in, and they were cracking stuff that was already vaulted that you can't get. So it was like, oh, cool. Inadvertently got a bunch of Warframes that you can't. They're like premium ships,
Right.
but you can actually earn them, which is cool.
It's a tough game. I don't know what the hell's going on. You're running, you're jumping, you're shooting. I'm like, what the hell? You're running back, you're flying through the maps. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
I play it like Warships. I don't play it normal. But most of the maps have got missions on them, and what's cool is each one of the Warframes has got like unique abilities to them, and the stats you play off the stats and the abilities, and then they have multiple things you can do to beef them up. So like the one that I have on the screen right now is straight up a brawler, and I tend to play this more as a brawler. So there's about 3 of them that I really, really love playing. This one's kind of, I would say, the Warframe version of Wolverine from the X-Men. But Cut, you want to meet me over there?
What, TeamSpeak?
Mm-hmm.
Who's the king?
Just hop into the bottom room Valheim, and that's where Dave and Phil are. We can
All right.
torment them a little bit.
I'm gonna guess what Maiden's wearing tonight.
I'll meet you on there.
Hey.
And while you're guessing, give me 1 sec. I'm going to hop up and tell Studs and Corgan if Corgan's on.
Channel switched.
Hey, Corgan? Oh, he's got it muted. Wow. Okay.
Channel switched.
Studs. Hello. Testes. 1, 2, 3. Testes.
Draven.
I'm letting everybody know Boog and Human Twinkie are trying to start up a LARP night for warships.
Ooh.
So I may have to bug you on a means of communication so I can coordinate with you as well. Because
it depends on when it is.
well, they were shooting for Saturday, but I think it's kind of fluid on what day because they want to try to get as many people on together as we can. I'm working on trying to get my schedule stabilized, and I'm going to start doing probably warships twice a week. But I'm going to be doing it in the afternoon. I don't like playing at night with all the aim assists that people are using. Kind of makes it because I mean, for me, it's a stress reliever for work,
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I mean, mostly what I play is I lock in and I'm just like, oh well, I'm gonna play this ship or that ship because I haven't played it in a while, and generally I have a good time.
Well,
Unless
it's
like some crazy shit goes down and
well, I
I
notice
don't.
like usually if you play late at night, like I can handle people, one or two people in a match using aimbots, because usually it's a balanced playing field. They're going to kill me, I'm going to kill them. But I've noticed that like 2 or 3 at night, you'll have like 9 people using it, and if they single you out, you're screwed. So that's
Yeah,
just, to me, that's
play
not fun because that's not
yeah,
skill.
play the Thunderer, hide out in the back.
But Dave and Phil are at the bottom, and I figured they're playing Valheim, I'm playing Warframe, and I know you're playing Warships. I figured if we got us all in the same room, we could talk dirty to each other.
Ooh, I like that. But yeah, I'm totally down as long as I'm not at work. This week I'm on the midnight shift. So if it's this weekend, it'll be like I wake up a little bit early, hop on and play while I'm like doing breakfast kind of stuff, and then
I gotcha.
gotta cut out before I gotta get to work. But if you guys like, if you're like, hey, we're definitely doing this, we got the people, I'll show up. 100%.
Well, I'm gonna start hopping on probably like late morning, afternoon, that time frame. I'm gonna probably do this like a couple afternoons during the week, and I'm gonna do tank splits a couple days out of the week. I need to make sure I can keep my work balance so I can actually do everything I want to do. Otherwise, it's not going to work. But I like to be able to, whether it's playing by myself or playing with you, or I'd prefer to play with people. It's more fun that way. So that's where if
Yeah.
you're getting up, let me know when you get up, and I'll see if I can try to get on at the same time. I mean, I still stream it just to forewarn you, but I know people like to watch us go ape shit in warships. And
Yeah.
there's
Are you,
Cut.
are you on now?
Yeah, I'm not in warships. I'm actually playing. I was going to play Warframe
Okay.
because they had a major event happen on last week, and so you had to crack a bunch of the relics, and they have their version of premium, like how we have premium ships. They have premium Warframes called Primes, and ones that you can't buy anymore.
User
They're
joined your channel.
vaulted, and I got a bunch of the vaulted ones, and I got 2 of them that popped up in the past couple days that were finished getting built. So I wanted to rank them up and cause some trouble and be abusive. But I'll drag all of us down there to where Dave's at, and we can really traumatize him and Phil.
Oh, I feel you. Yeah, I'm playing warships. I just bought the Plymouth. I've been fucking around with that ship a lot.
See, and that's, I love the game. They need to do something with the security. It's one of the two. Well, I got 4 basic complaints with it, but the big ones I have are they need to have better security on there, and they need to force people to play based on region. So that way the security actually has merit,
Yeah, and the fucking subs gotta go, man.
Are, I was told that they did some major tweaking on them.
Yeah, they're still bullshit.
But
It's just, if you're close range and they ping you and then they fucking fire a line of 10 torpedoes at you, I mean, what are you supposed to do? You're in a
well,
cruiser, close range, you got pinged 10 torpedoes, you're done. There's no fucking way.
and now they're coming out with. I guess they have a couple of subs that they're coming out with that have high speed too.
Yeah, that new Japanese one, I can't remember what it's called, but that shit sounds fucking epic. I would almost pay for it, but I'm not paying for it.
Well, and that's where the big complaints I have are those two. The fact that even Warframe, the RNG kind of sucks with trying to crack stuff. But it's more about grinding than anything else. They give you the option to buy the stuff to make it easier, but it's all about grinding. And warships, they've gone away from the grinding and pay to win. And that's the other complaint. And they seem to think that their matchmaker is the greatest thing in the world when in my opinion it isn't. And
Definitely not.
their RNG so streaky that, and I understand the logic behind it, and I don't like the logic behind it. That's where they need to retool a lot of this. And You're talking about literally overhauling huge chunks of the game, and they're not going to do that. It's too much money. So what we got is what we're stuck with, and there's the biggest complaints I have is lack of security, and it should be regionalized, and they don't do either one of those. And that's, in my opinion, that's what's going to kill the game. But I'm going to drag us down there so we can all torment each other.
All right, man. I'm in for the long ride.
User was moved out of your channel.
Here we go.
User was moved out of your channel. Channel switched.
Okay, and Lovely Maiden said to Caracal, I must say I'm looking might fine these days. God, I feel like hammered shit half the time.
How's your tights, Dave?
Dave is indisposed right now. He's in the bathroom.
Oh.
He's pinching a loaf. He's making a sun torpedo.
That's what I like to hear.
Chocolate starfish time.
And cut. I got invited to a mission. Do you want me to drag you in with me? Or I guess I don't know if I can. Oh, he's already in a mission, so I'll just say no. I'll invite you. And I will.
I was getting ready to. I was going up, thinking about doing some Requiem relic cracking.
My big thing right now is I'm ranking up Warframes, so I'm doing what Dave's doing in the bathroom. I'm going through my extractors and pulling things out of them.
Mm-hmm.
Dave's being extracted in the toilet. Well, I'm assuming. I don't know, you know. He turned off the webcam, so I can't see what he's doing in the bathroom. Boy, talking about being traumatizing.
How have you guys been? It's been a hot minute since I've seen all you guys.
Well, they're doing a cross-platform on Warframe, and that's why I started playing it primarily, so I could start playing with my son. And it's the same reason why I got into World of Tanks Blitz. I don't like getting into games that are heavily established because the learning curve is usually really steep. But with cross-platform, him and Cut and one of my other friends and myself, we could actually start playing this. And my other friend helps me with the programming on Music Eternal, so kind of makes it easier for us to do some of the basic updates while we're playing, whether it's streaming or not. 99% of the people aren't going to understand it, so. And if I'm tired, it makes it even more fun because my mentality goes through the crapper. That's where I start thinking about like molesting Smurfs with like, you know, salad tongs, you know.
But other than that, everything's been pretty good.
For me, for the most part, yeah. Just really hard schedules, and this thing's been growing faster that I can't keep up with it, which is where I'm trying to get help, you know. That's actually where the pandemic kind of worked to my advantage. And right now the quote special operation in the Ukraine's worked to my advantage because I'm one of the few media sources that still has a presence out there in the Western world. And I still stand by what I said, regardless of what you think of the government, the people out there aren't bad and the bands aren't bad. So don't treat them bad, just treat the idiots running the show bad. And I don't say that from a political standpoint, but from a humanitarian. I think when you jump in there with the need to start killing people rather than negotiating and talking rationally, and that's where I think, you know, if you had leaders leading the armies in and they were in the front line, you would see a lot less wars.
Yeah, dude, I'm a huge fan. Fan is probably the wrong word. I'm a huge empathetic, I guess this might be the right word, of the Civil War, the U.S. Civil War, where, like, you have fucking people that just, like, the generals fucking were like, can't lead from behind, I'm going up front.
Well, and the thing that was really cool about the U.S. Civil War is you had three separate things that were going on at once. you had a legal aspect to it where it wasn't an actual war, because of the fact that in order to have it as a war, you have to recognize the South as a country, which automatically turns into a war where other countries can get involved as well on an international standpoint. So it was actually, that's where like all the troops and even the leaders, they were actually considered militia. I thought that on a legal standpoint, that was kind of a unique loop that we'd had there, plus the international relations that we had to keep it as a rebellion and not as a war. But yeah, I mean, you know, if you look at Grant and you look at Sherman and the methods that they used, they were so polar opposites, but they were so flippant effective with what they did. They were feared for different reasons too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm personally a fan of like, what's it called? The more northern campaign during the middle of the war, where, like the Battle of Gettysburg, for instance.
Yeah.
Like that, to me, is like, hey, the North almost lost the war, and here's how it fucking played out, where Lee finally got outguessed, and Meade fucking tore it to him and decimated their army, and they retreated back to Virginia.
I think one of the turning tides in there, and ironically, World War II, Hitler did kind of the same thing, but Hitler had a direct role in this, was that the Civil War when Stonewall Jackson went bye-bye. I think that was a huge detriment to Lee.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, World War II, I think that when they did the whole Operation Valkyrie and Hitler was going through there and he did his big purge, he lost some of the generals he got rid of, like Rommel. You know, whether if you like the dude or not, the dude was really, really well adept at certain areas of warfare. That really put a hindrance on Hitler, you know?
Yeah. Uh-huh. You're not doing what I want, get out of my way. It's like, well, hey, hold on a minute. You could probably put him somewhere else where it would be more useful.
Well, and I think that they thought he was overstepping his reach, which is why they were trying to, in their own unique way, throttle him in. And that's a very polite way of saying doing him in, but, you know, Hitler, that is. But, you know, it's, yeah. I think that, because, I mean, Stalin did a culling twice in this, and, you know, you look at, we did the culling for the Confederacy in the U.S. war, but that's, you know, that's where some of the people that got taken out, I think that they were really pivotal in them even having a snowball's chance in hell against the Union. But that was also, if you look at it too, what's really interesting, since you brought up the U.S. Civil War, it brought up a lot of the warfare that was common back then in terms of the British lines and the traditional warfare, the guerrilla warfare, and also a lot of medieval warfare with doing flanking attacks. And that was really prominent in the medieval standards, whereas, you know, the British, it was, we're going to throw enough crap at you and line it up, aim the gun, shoot cannons at you that, you know, we're going to pound you into submission.
Yeah.
And, you know, we used the best of all worlds there. And it was, I mean, to me, it raised the attrition level to a new level that was really, really daunting. I mean, some of those battles were just straight up meat grinders.
Which ones?
The U.S. Civil War.
Yeah.
I mean, the only other war that I would say in terms of modern standards that were even close to being a meat grinder like that was probably World War I with the trench warfare.
Yeah, not even, like, the American Civil War, in terms of American lives lost, nothing compares.
They were actually saying some of the battlefields that you know, the term that the ground runs red, it literally was that way because of how many people died in, you know, yeah. Like you think about it like Tennessee, Kentucky, places like that. There's times of the year that the humidity's high enough that you're not, you know, if it happened here, evaporation plays a factor in the ground, so it's not saturated, you know. I remember that when we lived in Murfreesboro, there's times of the year that, you know, it literally floods because there's nowhere for the water to go. The ground's already saturated, and it's not evaporating.
Yeah, I mean, the Battle of Gettysburg is like a fantastic example. It's the bloodiest battle of the Civil War. 3 days, 50,000 over 50,000 casualties. Wasn't the bloodiest battle. No, it was the bloodiest battle. It wasn't the bloodiest day because the battle was over 3 days, where Antietam was 1 day. Antietam was the bloodiest day. But it all in all was just.
See, in my opinion with this, there was somebody, I don't know if it was during the Civil War, they said that war should always be the last option, but it always needs to be on the table. And I've always believed that, you know, it should always be the last option. And I think that's been one of the ideological disparages in today, not in the U.S., just in the world with a lot of the governments. They jump into war and conflict too easily instead of trying to talk it out. And, you know, I think that the biggest thing with this is if you had Putin and you had Biden leading the armies out there, or the president of the Ukraine, you're going to see a lot less wars because, you know, now their ass is on the line. It's not a bunch of kids from their countries, you know. And I'm not slamming any countries there. I'm just saying I don't agree with the ideology of how we do warfare now. Because it's a trend now instead of actually being a last option.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that.
So, Cut, if you want, I'll help you with that.
What now?
Well, you said that you wanted to crack some Requiem relics. The only thing I got to do is I got to work on getting some more of the parts to Revenant. And eventually get them built.
Ones and fours.
Actually, I don't know what relics I have. Let me check. Out of the Requiems, I know I have some of them, mainly because of you. God damn it, because of you. Oh, let's see. I have 1-1 and 1-4 out of the Requiems.
If you need some, I can give it to you. I got over 40 of all of them.
I'm getting an echo from you.
I'm getting an echo from you.
Getting an echo from your mom.
Yeah, she was whispering, but she's so loose that she echoes.
Ew. Dave, how you doing?
I'm all right. How's you?
I is good.
See, this is what we needed. We needed to get LARP together and have some quality time with each other. Some therapeutic molestation.
Me first.
Ooh.
Somebody actually asked
done
me.
with your school yet?
Me?
You.
Yeah.
So what's the next step?
I'm currently training the motherfuckers.
Oh shit, that's horrible. Fucking these puppies are morons.
100%, dude. You told me that you were gonna see, what's it called? You had somebody that was going through officer school.
Yes.
And that was coming down to.
She just graduated the academy in May or June.
Okay, she's nuclear.
Yes.
She's nuclear, all right?
Yes.
Well, she'll come through to me then. I don't know if she'll be on my crew. We got a 1 in 5 shot, but.
Right. I hope she is. She's good people.
Actually, Studs, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
I had a friend that went through school, got his physics degree, and then went and got a nuclear physics degree. Would that make him more ideal to get into your area of the military, or would it have no bearing?
It's from what I'm told, it's not nuclear. Physics-based calculus is your officer field of work. So if you have a degree in that includes some physics-based calculus, that gets you like the buy into your interview with the admiral.
Well, I said he's got a bachelor's in physics, and I guess it'd be the equivalent of a bachelor's in nuclear physics.
I mean, probably. There was, it depends on like what you want to do and how you want to do it, right? I mean, everyone goes their own route. The there was an instructor at the power school who was a direct input officer, so DIO, not going to sea, not doing really anything fancy. But he was a nuclear physicist. He was like, yeah, this is all I want to do. I just want to train you guys so that you make the good fucking word for everyone else in terms of nuclear physics, so that you don't fuck it up and we get to start building nuclear power plants again, because then I'll start making my money. I mean, I was like, I mean, whatever, sure, dude. Like, it just depends on what you've got.
I got me a Dalmatian. I can still get high.
Well, see, and I was curious. Not that he would go that route. Because last I talked to him, he got all of his degrees, and then right when he graduated, he ended up getting he got offered to go into insurance, and that's the route that he went. After going to college for 6 years, almost 7 years, he ended up going right into being I guess it's an insurance broker or something like that. Well, Senpai, I'm going to be starting to play on that during the afternoon, every couple days every week. Woohoo!
Our target is the reactor. Breach engineering and destroy it. Be careful.
Damn it. That was dumb. Come on, ass kick, but oh well. Fucking. If you know whoever she is, you try to get her on
The reactor will have security.
701.
Watch out for enemy
Bravo.
patrols.
That's where I'm at.
I don't know if they have a choice, do they?
Not. You can kind of, when you're, like, so you show up, and you're in, like, so it's a 24-week program,
Right.
and the first 7 weeks,
Dead end.
the first 7 weeks you're doing, like you're in a classroom, you're kind of like, in the books, learning the system and shit, like, right.
And this is in South Carolina?
Yep. Currently, the only nuclear training facility is in South Carolina, Charleston. So if she's nuclear, she's coming through Charleston. Well, she just graduated the academy, so then she's probably going to the power school. So she'll have 6 months at the power school, and then after that,
That's the
you show up to
reactor.
the prototype.
Expose its
is
core
where
and
I'm
destroy
at.
it.
And the prototype, you have 7 weeks of systems. Ship.
The power
Once you
core
learn the
has been
systems, then you
destroyed.
show them through, and you go into ship work, and then you start
Stay
standing
focused.
watch
There's a heavy approaching.
on the ship itself. So she'll stand watch officer and start giving out orders, this and that, while she has no instructions. So she's not like completely alone and everything like that, but they give like orders and stuff like that. And then they'll learn all the intricacies of how to run the nuclear power plant in the most basic sense of everything,
Right.
without getting into too much detail.
So it's gonna be 6 months before she's ever where you are.
Yep. So, yep, once you graduate the academy, you gotta go through the basic nuclear theory kind of stuff. So you go to the nuclear power school, which is right down the block. But yeah, there's that nuclear power school and nuclear theory that you kind of gotta get through before you head to the point where it's like, well, now I can apply this information.
Right.
Is the cat is he alive or is he dead?
Oh wow.
Hope the rabbit's still alive. That's for fucking sure.
I'm lost.
Schrodinger's cat, nuclear physics.
Hey man, I don't know, dude. It's like a video game to me. I'm just like, oh, well, new power is rising. I can see it by the display. So that's what I say it is.
That's how my son was, senpai.
Our target is the reactor.
It's a video game
Engineering and
until
destroy
it's
it. Be
a
careful.
fucking nuclear nightmare to me.
So, if they were to stick you out a ship, what do you think they'd most likely stick you out, a sub or an aircraft carrier?
Wait, say that again?
If they were to stick you on a ship, what would they most likely stick you on, a sub or an aircraft carrier?
I'm a submarine.
Subs.
Yeah, I volunteered for a submarine. Our shift engineer,
The
she's a
reactor
submariner
will
as
have
well.
Security. Watch out
she
for
just-
enemy patrols.
From what I'm told, she just re-enlisted to be an engineer on the submarine. So she's like gonna be the engineer of the submarine. She's fucking top notch. But yeah, there's a lot of intricacies in like how you operate and do things. But it's not too bad if you just want to like show up, do your job, and then go home. But there's a lot of like paperwork to
Target
get
found.
into and
Just
in the weeds as like an officer. So like you know everything that's going on.
The power core has been destroyed.
But yeah, I'll be going submarine once I get out of here.
Ah.
Approximately 20 months? 20?
Stay focused.
21,
There's a
21
heavy
months.
unit approaching.
So by the time she gets out of power, I'll still be a prototype game. So 701 Crew
Bravo.
701 Crew Bravo. We have, not gonna brag, but we got the good reputation. So she wants to go to the good crew. Where is that? Our shift engineer, she's female, so you know it's good nights, comfortable, probably transition, but yeah, we got a good crew.
Hey, Kai, how many of those things do we need? Of those parts?
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Fucking on onion.
You can grow those.
Yeah, they're being plant grown now, but I'm out at the moment, and I wanted to make some wolf skewers. We'll make jerky.
Let me take Chandra.
I'll jerky you.
Again?
Again.
I'll be your beef jerky.
Wolf jerky, wolf jerky.
So, oh. Let's see. So how many of these things do we need, Cut?
Need 12.
Okay, I have one being built. I'll have enough for. So let's see, 10. So I need about. Was it 4 per each one? So I need probably about 40, 42 in that range.
Uh-huh.
I haven't even. I had one from I guess the previous time we did this, but and I made 5 right there. So I need 42 more.
Well, I got 5 the first time.
Yeah. You said we need 12 of them, right? Or oh no, we need 12 of the parts, not 12 of the finished product.
Yeah, 12 of those parts.
Okay,
Gotta
so
make
I have one of the ciphers being built right now, and I think I have enough for half of another. So I guess I need what, 6 more? 6, 7 more in that range.
We just got 6, so we should have 6 more to go.
See, and I think that with the strike force that the U.S. does with the subs, I think they actually have pretty much that. I actually would say studs would probably know more than we do.
Is his field of specialty?
Hey, Studley,
That's me.
what's normally in the strike force for an aircraft carrier group?
Ooh, that I honestly don't know.
Our
My,
target is the reactor. Breach engineering
My
and
area
destroy
of
it.
expertise
Be careful.
is just down in the engine. Not very fancy, but yeah, I'm just kind of making sure the captain got what he fucking needs in order to fucking keep fucking trekking along.
The reactor will have tight security. Watch out for enemy patrols.
Yo, bro, fucking help! He's just chilling there.
Better you than me, motherfucker. I'm outie. See ya.
Pretty much, dude. I'm fucking Petro Pavlovs. Dude, they fucking nerfed the shit out of this motherfucker. Dude, I got fucking whacked when I got a full health Musashi and a full health Iowa right behind me. Can't tank anymore in that boat since they fucking nerfed it. Shit's gay. That's fucking wild, dude. My karma is up to 5.
Oh.
That's the reactor. Expose its core and destroy it.
You just got your karma up to 5. You can drop it back down.
All I gotta do is play the fucking FDR.
Stay focused. There's a heavy approaching.
Although if I want to keep it going up, I want to play the Plymouth. Nasty. That's the one that turns the most heads.
Why?
Battleships in the chat just going, holy shit, that thing just fucking chewing me apart. I'm like, yeah, well, dude, fucking I smoke up next to you and fucking every salvo I'm doing 10k. Like, you know, what do you want from me?
And what ship?
The Plymouth?
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah.
Dude, shit, it's a lot of fun. Like, it's like a Minotaur on crack.
I just recently got
I like crack.
the Napoli.
Napoli's great. Like
Wicked
steel ship-
secondaries.
Oh, 100%. Like in terms of like steel though, like I would 100% recommend the Plymouth. If you like the Minotaur kind of play style,
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tina.
you have all the consumables at your use. But the problem is like
Another
it's very
five.
squishy.
So do you think that the older ships are still getting really horribly power crept in that game?
100%. 100%.
Actually, let me do one quick thing, cut.
There's like a few ships that I really play anymore. Like all of my new ships, like the Plymouth, the Petro, Schlieffen, Colbert, Henry. Henry is like, but I play the meme build Henry, so like I'm spotted from 20.3 kilometers away. But like, I mean, what else? I played the Sherman.
The Sherman's pretty OP too.
It's bullshit. It's straight up bullshit. It's what it is. Like, I mean, I play the Hayate a lot. I guess that's another one I play. But the Hayate can kind of like, as long as you are not like one-on-one gunning a Sherman, you can get away with some stuff with the Hayate. And you can hit a little bit if you have
Our target is the reactor. Breach engineering and destroy it. Be careful.
This game is just gone. Shit.
The reactor will have tight security. Watch out for patrols.
Fuck you, Fenris. Oh, I got a trophy too.
Is it the actual mythological creature Fenris?
That's a werewolf.
That's the reactor.
But he always comes with a
And
pack of
destroy
4
it.
wolves. And, you know, one by one, they're easy, but as a entire pack is a tough fight.
The power core has been destroyed.
Excuse me.
Why, what's the mythological Fenris?
Well, it's one of the monsters that was meant for
Create
Ragnarok.
another one.
That, the Maggard Serpent, Fenris, and I think there's one other one. So I think the Maggard Serpent kills Thor. I think Fenris kills Odin.
Or scarred his eye, maybe well took the eye.
Surtur's pretty much the FU for everyone, but it's been a while since I've read that.
It's
And I'm
been a
not talking
while
about the
since
Marvel
Richard
stuff.
read that story to you. He
Yeah.
tucked you into bed, gave you a kiss on the forehead, and read you 3 chapters before going to bed.
Well, they always say that childhood, ends at 10. That's usually when he's tucking me into bed.
I was 6 years old, and he was telling me stories about werewolves ripping people's eyeballs out. But I turned out just fine.
Did he tell you stories about gladiator movies, Dave?
Yes.
And then when he turned 13, it was
bathhouses.
it was about Turkish bathhouses and prisons. Woohoo! We got a cracking in likes on YouTube. Somebody's actually taught about warships. Some of the nations have got wicked forts.
Wow, that's 3 Fenrises I've
Our target is the
in the last 10 minutes.
breach engineering and destroy it. Be careful.
That's what I say.
Oops.
I'm telling you, you should get this game.
That's the reactor.
Ow.
Explore and destroy it.
Ow.
The pilot has been destroyed. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
So if I hit every single thing in the game, do I get bonus points?
How many Warframes are there in the game?
If you're counting primes plus the regular ones, there's over 100.
I thought there were more.
Excellent work, Taylor.
49.
There's 49, but there's also counterparts to which are primes.
Primes are just a better version.
It's basically the difference between like a tech tree ship and a premium. That's the way that I've been explaining it to people that haven't played it. Actually, let me see if I can build more. How many of these things do we need cut?
You should have enough now.
I have 3 built. Almost enough for
That's
4.
all you need. That's all you need. 3. So you gotta get 3 Razorback kills, and then that'll give you your free catalyst.
I'm actually 1 short. Okay.
You still need 1?
But 1 more of the thingies? I have 3 of them, almost 4, so I should be good.
Who wins in a gunfight? A Shimakaze or a Gearing?
Depends on who aims better.
No, the Gearing should win every time.
Who?
The Gearing should win every time, but don't underestimate the Japanese guns.
Shimmy does more damage, but is slower.
Well, guess who just fucking won? The Shimakaze, baby!
My Sasho gets a lot of gun kills.
So I've been in a Shimakaze and outgunned a Kitakaze before. So.
I've seen people in go in like the tier 8 of the Soviets and figure that they could beat up a Shimakaze and get themselves gunned down.
Damn it, I got killed by the CV.
Fuck you, Fenris.
Still did 88,000. And the CV got killed. Fuck
So do we
yeah.
do the event mission then? Cut.
Yeah, I'm building the 3 real quick.
Oh wait, I gotta put that in my gear wheel. There we go. I love there's no limit to the gear wheel. You just keep on adding more and more and more crap to it.
Pick a ship. What should I play?
Yami.
You say Yami?
Yeah.
I actually don't know if I can play that. I think I put my Yamato commander on my Satsuma. Oh, nope, I can. Cool. I haven't played the Yamato in a while. This should be fun.
Waterline, baby, waterline.
I said I'll get the Shikishima. Well, not the Shikishima. What's the Satsuma instead of the Shikishima? The Satsuma, dude, the aim on the Satsuma, the Sigma must be absolute shit. Cause it's bad. And then once you hit the button to make the aim really good, that's what the aim is like on the Yamato. Ooh, a Patrier. That ship has got to be so OP.
You can launch the event if you want.
Huh?
But you can launch the event if you want.
Okay. I guess the new Tier 9 Japanese battleship they have is going to be really OP too.
What's that one? The Iwami?
Yeah, like the Iwami or something like that.
I've seen it in battle a bunch of times. I haven't seen so much
Yo whammy. Yo whammy.
I haven't seen it do a lot of fucking
Basically,
damage.
it's supposed to be a decent battleship with Shimakaze torps on both sides.
Yeah,
Oh Jesus, fuck! Might as well give it planes too.
You see that guy's name?
It's like a Heisen
Oh.
without the third gun.
I buy bad relics, free platinum
Their
each.
channels for assault. He'll be able to draw in a mountain of new offerings.
Pretty sure it's a
You must
Heisen
scheme
hull
against him.
without the third
All
gun
previous
per
strikes
turret,
against the Razorback have failed. To
and
find
then
a way
it
to
gets
punch through.
those torpedoes on like the back of the ship, just like
Focus. There's a heavy unit approaching.
German ship.
Attracted you with the mark.
Turpin.
You are here
Yeah,
to find
no,
your
no,
mark.
not Turpin.
and deliver
Torpedo.
Find your enemy. Keep going. Nobody knows you're here.
Grops Bay.
I got one Orcan cell there.
Target spotted. Stay sharp. This one.
Motto 6. Top of that bad boy.
Yep, that guy bit it.
Let's get out of here.
What did he buy?
He bit Cat's underwear.
There's a
Oh,
heavy unit.
that is. How's he smell it?
Ooh, another Orcan cell. Another one. fight me.
They won't be bothering us anymore. Let's get out of here.
I don't know if I got that one. The Gorgon Wraith blueprint. That's pretty cool.
The Gorgon Rape Blueprint? Is that what you said?
The Gorgon. But yeah, we'll call it Gorgon.
Gorgon, right? Yeah.
The Gorgon Rapes Blueprint. Gorgon Rapes!
Gorgon Rapes blueprint. You can see what I can do with the finished product.
I buy bad relics. Does not have a cipher.
Locks.
I wonder if he actually does buy bad relics.
Get on with just a year.
Oh wow. So we can do it 3 times.
Yeah, we need 3 of them to get the catalyst.
The Great Mumbler.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. The idea that we're hunting is here. If Nathaniel's prototype survives our assault, he'll be able to draw in a mountain of new offerings. We must turn his scheme against him. The alarms have triggered the Versa. All previous strikes against the Razorback have failed. We need to find a way to punch through these shields. Watch yourself. The alarms have attracted a Versa. Looks like heavy activity ahead. Stay alert. Scans show this facility is also home to upgraded Versa bipeds. You may have to deal with both at the same time. Target. You know what to do.
David, I know two dudes. They both got Krakens and they lost. Two dudes on the same team. Both
their
got
names are
Krakens.
Carry
and
Cow and
won.
Corgan.
On my team. Last place. 590. I have 1,000 more base than the top half of the enemy team in terms of base.
Base.
Alright, next shift, Dave. Hit me up. What am I playing?
Ashitaki.
Oh, fuck yeah! Dude, I love that shit.
Yep.
That was my first premium.
Oh, very first?
Very
All
first
right, go
premium.
old school then.
That was the boat that made me start spending money on this game. Can't remember if it's the only one that I have a 6 kill on. It can't brawl,
No!
Target down.
No!
Destination
but it can
complete.
fucking devastate. It'll take on any cruiser, but not any battleship.
You'll take on any battleship at distance.
Yeah, distance, battleship, cruiser, close range. Alright.
Great Mumbler does not have a safer.
I still have one. He doesn't have any, does he?
I gotta get the fuck out of Dodge. It's becoming nighttime. You know what you do at nighttime, right? This game. Go home and you go the fuck to sleep, because wandering around at night, you gotta get killed.
I was gonna say jerk off.
Oh man, that's a brute.
Dave, if you're trying to get home at night, how far will a 1-star troll chase you?
All the way.
Yes, if you're trying to get back to your stuff and you need something to take out the goblins, how far will a 1-star troll chase you?
Never.
5 feet.
At least the other guy had a good sense of humor.
Yeah.
What?
Who, where, why, when, how?
We're inside New Orleans at 15 kilometers. 1 pen.
Stay focused. There's a heavy
On a
unit
full
approaching.
salvo of 10.
You need to find the VIP and take them down. Do not let them
Gay.
pass.
Gay is what it is.
If Neff
Gay.
Angel's prototype survives or assaults, he'll be mounting new offerings. You must
Okay, I'm
turn
going to
the
bed,
scheme
guys.
against
Good night.
him.
Peace.
They've brought
Night,
in
night.
reinforcements.
Thanks for hanging out with us, Phil. You're a good guy.
Stay alert. Scans show this facility is also
Don't worry, I won't tell anyone.
Versa bipeds. You may have to deal with both.
First time I've heard a sailor say that.
Fair.
Heavy robotic signature detected. Lock and load.
I'm coming.
I've
Damn.
heard Taylor say that before.
You've located the VIP. Time to go to work.
What? Uso steep angle. Ashitaka guns punch right through to the citadel, apparently.
Target down. Assassination contract complete. Great work, Tenno. Stay focused. There's a V unit approaching. The alarms have triggered a Bursa.
First he wants to fight it, then he runs away.
Track it down. Assassination contract complete. Great work, Tenno.
Hey, look at that. We killed 3 bareback razorbacks. Cool.
There you go.
most credits I've had since TennoCon. Too bad you can't do it multiple times from multiple Orchid Catalysts.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Oh, he left. And you said you wanted to do the Requiem relics. Let me see if I can upgrade this at all. Oh, still need one more there. Yeah, I don't think we'll do anything else with these guys. Oh wow, I forgot about this.
What's next, Dave? What's next? What am I playing?
I think he's shy.
Oh no. Alright, what am I playing next? Anybody?
The Smolensk.
Ooh. I haven't played that in a while. I'm in.
You're in?
Yeah, everyone's playing BBs these days, so it's a good meta for play the Smolensk.
Let's see. So I can do this right and get. What is it? This? That's radiation. That's corrosive. It's cold. That low. That should be fun. Although, it's the wrong one though. See, the 40, 30. Reach should actually be really good on this too. I'll just leave it at that for now. Although, I'll just leave it at that for now. Show me what you want, what you really, really want, Cut. What? There's one thing I could do. I don't think I'm about to be kind of. Hold on. I'll be game. Whoops. Oh, you're right there. That off. Put that on. Cut once to send a deep, dark, evil crevice. So we're supposed to spy like the fry guy?
Yeah.
Your mission is to break into data vaults and steal any intelligence files you find.
Doing something a little less ugly.
There are fissures in the area. Use these to crack open a relic. You found a fissure. Look out for reactants. They're dropping reactants. Use it to crack open a relic.
Oh, too bad. I was hoping I could catch it.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. I do need more reactants if you want to open that relic. Tenno, be on the left. Increased security measures. And we'll take a look inside.
That one will be difficult to replace. You are beneath us.
Holy shit. Somebody pissed him off.
One of them is wearing a scarf.
That was the last of the group strike 3. You took a risk, but it paid off.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
No, not you. I brought somebody to his knees and then did a quote mercy kill, which is basically a fatality.
Gosh. Pistachio.
Polio. I like it. That's just black.
Are you still alive, Cut?
I'm on my last life, man.
I'm doing the tap dance from hell.
Distracted. They won't even know it's gone. We have everything we came for. Get to extraction.
Oh crap. Take the affinity. Damn, that was kind of brutal.
Yeah.
Plus side, that she get Valkyria up quite a few ranks.
Even though the mission was aborted, you are all safe. That means we won today.
Brack barrel. Did you get the brack barrel, or is it just me?
I did not. Oh, I got barrel diffusion, but not covert lethality. Grace is out there.
That those guys that came in and fought. That was from doing the agents they sent. That was my the Goose Drag 3 or whatever it is. That was the other like stalkers that show up and try to kill you.
I was just trying to do the tap dance for pellets stay alive. I was, Mika came in here, I was telling him, yeah, I should have been doing this with her at level 30. but not a bad thing. I'm gonna throw that on her. That'll beef up the energy. That's pretty much it for her. The energy will help. I didn't even have to worry about my my melee weapons. My range weapons. It was all about the melee. So we'll throw that on. So we can speed up your sword a bit more. Okay. Let's see if I could either do that. 120% crit's not going to do squat to this thing. Melee damage will. Reach would be useful. But I still think weapon speed. So we throw that on. Actually, let's see what that does. Actually, not be bad, but it kills. I'm gonna stick with the speed. 30 or 40. We'll do the 40. Grace is out there telling the neighborhood what we're doing.
Grace needs to take a Valium.
Yeah. Grace.
Bring Daddy a Valium.
I'll share it with you. Talons. You know what? I'm gonna get rid of that. It's only 30 damage, but my crit on this is so flippin' high. That times 3.2. I like the speed. So we have that we can throw it on here. Get rid of this. I mean, I'd have to. It almost makes no sense to focus on status unless I have something to beef up status with it. It's 10 heavy attack efficiency. Flex coil, I have it right there. Let's see what that does. You said
I was marked by the Three Stooges.
Oh, were ya?
Yeah, that's those guys that showed up. Yeah, if you do invasions and you help out a corpus, Bayhex sends the Three Stooges after you. Oh, damn, I ranked up too. Or I'm off the next rank test.
Let's do that. Have to get the crit higher. Actually, I'm gonna do the same. Un momento.
Alright.
All right. Are we ready for some more abuse? Which one are you in the mood for, Cut?
That's what I'm looking at. My relic.
Hey, Caracal,
What?
is a Requiem Fisher very similar to an Anal Fisher?
Very close.
Definitely put you in some shit.
Dave, you're picking me good ships. What's next?
Black Swan.
Black
Swan.
Fucking Christ, I don't know if I have that one.
It's free, so. It's free, so.
How long's it been since you run the Grimiage?
Actually, I've ran it pretty recently.
The Queen's Fortress is using a friendly colony of Jupiter as target practice for its new long-distance artillery. Breach the fortress and destroy the key.
Amazing.
Pick up that multicoil. You'll
Yeah, the
use
other
it to
day I
breach
ran
the
the
gates.
Leningrad, and I was like, wow, why did I get
Did you get that?
I got it.
The nav has a massive range, capable of hitting targets in far-off sectors. Up until they've been testing conventional ammunition, but we know that they are about to switch to devastating tectonic munitions. You can't let that happen. Void fissures. Need them to open a relic, but are you confident you can withstand their fury? A fissure. Defend yourself and use reactant to open relics. They're dropping reactant. Use it.
Just saying where I need to go. Oh, just keep on going up.
Yeah, I took the back road.
You are going to need more reactant if you want to open that relic.
Where the hell do I open it? Oh, right here. Hello.
Plant the multicoil on the doors.
Coming.
Defend the multicoil while it melts the locking mechanism. The gates are down. Get to the nav. opened the relic. We'll take a look inside.
You can't get out that way.
You've reached the cannon. Shut it down before it fires the tectonic shot. The Navar cannon is out of
Guess who
operation,
just got
but you're
first
not
blood
done
in the
yet.
Grimiyashi?
The command center controls the Navar cannon and systems. Use it to take out that galleon. This is the command center. You'll need to locate all three of the telemetry keys.
That's right, bitch.
That's the first key.
No doubt.
One more to go.
Take the energy. Woohoo!
Triangulation. Protect the console while I reprogram the cannon's telemetry.
So do we have to go after the red? Oh, okay. Never mind.
Turn to the telemetry system and make sure the cannon stays silent. Is out of commission. The cannon is useless now. The Grineer will think long and hard before trying to use this weapon again.
You good?
Ooh, that's what I needed.
A lot of noise coming from over there.
From over here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries, man. I just need a new ship now.
Well, my high heels broke and I couldn't find the glue to fix them.
Play a Mino.
What was that? What's the next ship I'm playing?
Play a Mino.
Alrighty.
Gotta change melee weapons now. Sweet.
My Plymouth looking pretty good, but I'll play the Mino.
Would you win really quickly in that, Grammy?
I got killed, unfortunately, but I took out a battleship, a destroyer, and a cruiser with me, so if my team is anything, they should fucking win it. So, probably lost.
Correct.
Isn't that how it always works out?
Oh yeah.
I already have that. Okay. So. I'm gonna start polarizing this little goodie.
What's that?
Okay. Oh, the bow. Once I get it maxed out, I'll have to start polarizing the sluts for to make it cheaper on the mods.
What bow?
What's it called? The Proboscis Cernos.
Ah.
It's a pretty mean weapon.
Yeah, I had the mutilus version.
This
I
is
like
the
my favorite
upgrade.
bow until I got the Paris Prime.
This thing's pretty much the 3rd gen out of the little line. Just use the other 2 to build this one.
Paris Prime just kind of blows all the bows out of the water.
The flamethrower. Is that what it is? Well, I'm thinking of the Ignis.
It's got like an innate fucking 4-meter punch through on it.
Connection
I just.
lost.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Connected.
Wow. They lost.
Oh my god,
us.
you died!
I did not. I just got confused and went in the wrong hole. I mean, went in the wrong room.
The wrong hole?
In the Navy, there is no wrong hole, though, right?
Yeah, you're not wrong about that one.
Okay, cut. So what abuse are we doing next?
It's about to die, so you know, until they refresh it, there really ain't none to play other than regular relics.
Well, we can get some relics.
Yeah.
Help me rank this little turd up. I got her to level 19. Excellent.
Keep the enemy busy while a fellow Tenno raids the ship for supplies. Ready? Trigger the alarm. Life support has been cut off. Trying to choke you out. Hold on. I'm sending auxiliary life support. Life support incoming. Capsule to the area. Activating it and buying you more time.
Pop those weasel.
Tenno, prepare for life support. Delivered another life support
Fine. So guys.
Yeah.
Ta-da, you're all dead.
The raid is off to a successful start. Extraction is available if you need it.
Haha, I attacked did more damage than yours did.
where have the enemy gone? Sir.
The longer you fight, the more successful we will be. Life support has been replenished.
Studs, you still on?
Still here.
You gonna be here for a little bit?
What's that?
You gonna be on for a little bit?
Yeah.
Let me go smoke and I'll play some shit.
Sounds fucking lit.
Really good about you.
Look what our Tail operative just found. They could protect us without you.
Run out of enemies. What's wrong, buddy?
share in this bounty. Hold out as long as you can.
Plymouth is steel, and it's 7,000. I use Blue and I think it's like
I've been getting pens for no damage. It'll be like 4 pens and over pen and give me 5,600 damage. Normally I play Shake It Until It Pukes.
Look what our two operatives just found. They could not find without you.
There has been some like absolute shit games where it's like, I played 3 games and I'm like, whoa, I'm just absolutely getting decimated every time. So I'm just
16,000 Steve.
I count. Yeah. 100,000 damage. British is pretty good. Like style of play, 100% would recommend. If you have a problem with getting dev struck a lot, would not recommend. I have been dev struck a bunch of times on this phone. But it does. It does. Holy fuck. Oh, God, fucking dude, fucking Satsuma. Alright, Dave, what are you playing?
You pick.
I'm gonna play the Plymouth. Yep.
Alright.
Play this Satsuma. I fucking killed the enemy Satsuma while he was angled.
Another life support
Then
capsule
fucking
is
the
now
next
available.
salvo, I fucking popped mine. Hey, you have for me. And then fucking delete Des Moines. Knows it.
I've got the legendary mod build on this, so my sealed at 6.4.
We will all share in this bounty. Hold out as long as you can.
But my torpedoes load every 58 seconds.
I feel like you're playing Set 52. Uh-huh.
They have no radar.
Minnow radar is
They're not divvied up, so usually that's radar. The planes drop on me first.
It's part of the meta, isn't it?
Part of the program. radar, so
Classic Dave.
anybody want to delete it?
Got out of there pretty good.
Door. I lost half. Or a quarter.
Like 2/3.
Let's put it
But they don't expect their fucking equipment to come in right behind and fucking cap this bitch. Oh shit. There he is.
I love how they're trying to be sneaky.
nice. Fuck that guy.
Yep. Fuck that guy. Is exactly the limit roll. I was like, oh, he did.
There he is.
The longer you fight, the more successful you will
Double sit. Oh, Satsuma!
That Hanover doesn't give a fuck, does he? He's just gonna push up.
I am super shipped. I have no fear.
My smoke's ready, so it's not me to tower.
No worries. There you go. You're fucking
It's gonna be close. Oh, I'm wings. Wow, it's bouncing.
hours are just. Yeah, he just spotted me. Ow. No, I have my own.
Somebody just wrecked him.
It's on my radar.
That's pretty sick.
Wow, he fucking had his fucking salvo ready? That's gay. I was spotted for half
altitude.
Didn't really matter. This should be on the other side of the map.
Yeah, this fucking team.
Oh, whoever shot me before. Got me, I hide.
Shadow. Extraction is ready. Life support activated.
Maybe if I didn't get killed.
Nah, no. The battle's over before you got killed. The other side of the team lost 5 ships and killed 0. So what do you do?
It is what it is, dude. That's how it fucking goes.
Life support has
Take
been
your tier.
replenished.
We'll stay.
We like the only ones left, cut.
Yeah, for a while we've been living.
Additional life support has arrived.
Right flank.
Now you know.
just found. They could not do this without you.
So this is how my birthday went today. Alright.
Is it your birthday today?
Yeah, man, I'm 50.
Happy fucking birthday!
So the hooker comes over, and I get her underwear off, and she already had cocaine on her butthole. So I'm like, well, it does nobody no good on the outside, so I ripped a big line of it, right? And then I realized that it wasn't cocaine, but the previous guy's man juice. So, that's how my birthday's going. Hey, watch that Yoshino.
You are running out of time. Consider
Is it really your birthday?
Yeah, man.
Happy birthday.
life support activated.
50.
I've delivered another life support capsule. Life support has been replenished. Additional life support has arrived. Life support activated.
a decimation. The enemy team is just gone to shit.
The other team is doing what our team did last week.
Yep.
Additional life support has arrived. I think I got the Mecklenburg though. Life support has been...
Come on, man. Life support levels. Extract. They're 2 full pens for 1900 damage.
Life support activated.
that ship I actually have a hard time trying to figure out what I want to fucking play.
Go with DD and I'll protect you.
Life support has been replenished. Another life support capsule is available.
Alright, let's take A.
Yeah, in Iowa. Yeah, with your radar mindset, I think maybe DD wants to. Yeah. Gearboard?
French.
My RF has him in the cut between the two arms. I torped him. They're slow.
I've delivered another support capsule.
They're now outside the two arms. I got him, probably there with second damage.
Life support activated.
Let me know if you get detected.
Oh, I'm detected because I find my guns.
Life support has been
Say hello to
replenished.
Mr. Puerto Rico. Oh, damn team came over here and it's just us, so we're highly outnumbered.
You know, I
Share
was
in this
fucking
bounty.
charging right
Hold out as long
Yeah,
as you
why
can.
wouldn't you?
in. Why wouldn't he? That's exactly right. I'm detected by radar.
Oh, we have all three cabs. We should need to get the
Additional
fuck
life
out, to
support
be
has
honest.
arrived.
Oh, there's a Mossy too.
Yeah. That's
Life support activated. A life support capsule is now available. Life support activated. Life support has been
I'm under a big crossfire from them dips in the cut and golf forward.
If you can hold position but like stay dark, that would be epic.
Okay.
Because they can't advance
Right.
because of us. Ah, fuck. Okay, that was only 2k. They can't advance because of us. And by the time our team gets up
I delivered another life
fight
support
the
capsule.
fucking battle,
Right.
we should be able to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can just kind of like sit there and stay dark. Just burn his brain.
Rodrigo's running through
Got any shots?
Yep.
Forgot to add that to DDs. Oh,
Step back. This
I dropped a few swords. Shocked if they fucking hit.
Additional life support has arrived.
fuck this muscle up. Oh, you did get 2 torpedoes.
Look what our team
And a
operative
flooding.
just found. They could not do this
Alright, let me
without
set
you.
them on fire.
With the fucking Venetia.
Watch this, though. Watch this. Five citadels, 30,000.
Our team has to literally fucking bomb the shit out of this.
Yeah, how did we lose? Right?
They can. Easily.
No, we already did. Look at the ship count.
Alright, there goes another one.
Still down 2 ships. I've detected that DPS. Oh, and the...
With our Kita and our Bedminion Bravo, we should be able to...
I've delivered another life support capsule.
DD's got me in firm spot.
That's not bet. You're just putting the pressure on their only cap.
Got a full health Yamato behind me. Why should he move up and take this damage, right?
He should. Why would he?
Extraction is ready.
Ah, I got torps on that fat Freddy.
I don't realize life support was that low.
Life support activated.
Oh, dude, the Venezia is such a good ship.
Yeah, I don't have much health left. Let's see.
Oh, Pat Vance's our cutest skedaddle.
Life support has been replenished.
That Yamato wasn't in left field, man.
Yeah, if he was in the fucking fight.
Alright, I'll go get A.
Life support has been replenished.
Yeah, if that could be stopped or captured, that would be...
Another life
the
support
difference.
capsule is now available.
Alright. Puerto Rico went down. Oh, good shot over the rock wall.
That's how it goes, man. The only way.
With the German dispersion.
The longer you fight, the more successful we will be.
Yeah, because our Kitakazis didn't want to challenge Charlie.
All the fucking shit to Cheetah. Fight.
Additional life support has arrived.
Well, that's strange. The second he fired, I moved right. And he aimed right.
Extraction is your best option.
I guess I just have to push through.
Yeah. We're down by like 2 minutes. So we have to get like 2 kills or
I don't have the help. Bob Ross. What his scene is so good.
Got a little nasty there.
They were like 130 or something like that, wasn't
1 hour and almost 15 minutes.
it? No, I
Oh,
mean
that
their
helped.
level was up to 130.
Yeah.
damn. Shit keeps getting closer and closer.
I have to actually do one.
73 scans.
Do you have any smokes left?
A lot of scans.
But I'm shooting blind. I'm undetected here, so.
I'm gonna have to skedaddle. I gotta get stuff done before I'm allowed to go back to bed. I'll try to get back on a little bit later if possible, but I will be on tomorrow for sure. It sounds like you two are just getting off.
Not yet, but.
Everybody in StreamWorld, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Be sure to put in comments "Happy Birthday to Carrot Cow" because it's that one special day. I'll catch up with you later. Bye bye.
Bye.